That if you want to change your life, you have to change your mindset. Because regardless of anything that's going on or how your life is now, doesn't mean that it has to stay like that.
I know what I gotta do. I gotta show up no matter what, because even if I don't feel good, I still have to pay the bills. I still have to pay my people, and I still have to show up. It doesn't matter how I feel. If I break a leg, I still have to show up.
You have to really work on mindset. You know, it happens to me sometimes. I'm human. Even though I'm tough and I'm a badass and I do whatever I have to do, and I might not be like super nice all the time and wasting time and walking slow. Like, no, I have goals to meet. I have things to do. And look, you're either coming with me or I'm leaving you behind.
I was feeling like shit. I couldn't stand it anymore. I couldn't stand being like in my room, like sitting down with my phone.
So
it's
true.
like I feel like a lonely puppy here with a phone. Like, what am I supposed to do? Masturbate?
Ew.
And I'm like, dude, I want to get out of here. This is fucking boring. Hey guys, welcome to Driven Couples, and I'm here with my beautiful wife. And
Hi everyone.
we're gonna talk today about mindset. Like, mindset is everything, really. Like today I re-emphasize to myself that mindset is everything. You want to start, or do you want me to start?
The Zoom is off, but I completely agree with that. And I've always known that if you want to change your life, you have to change your mindset. Because regardless of anything that's going on or how your life is now, doesn't mean that it has to stay like that, nor does it mean that you have to tolerate that same life. Because at the end of the day, it's a decision, you know, to be tough. And even when it does get tough, you just have to keep believing that it's just going to get better and better and better and better, you know, depending on where you want to go. But everybody has different issues, different problems in life, and that's just life. And mindset is a big, huge part of if you're going to succeed or not.
Yeah, and let me start with the story.
Before starting, put it on night mode, please, because it's connected to the computer, and that's what makes it.
How do you do night mode?
The little, that one.
The moon? Mm-hmm. But is that gonna block my text messages?
No, they're gonna come and they're just not gonna notify you.
Is that what night moon means?
Yeah.
Basically.
Is that kind of like what people use when they're cheating on each other?
No. Yeah,
Well, that's the same thing, right?
Okay, go, babe.
go.
Yeah. So
Focus.
guys, in Modesto, that was like a prime example of mindset. I was talking to Tim Story yesterday. We did a live together, but as you guys can see me, I'm a little bit lower on energy because for the last, not yesterday, well, actually, yeah, maybe last 4 days. Yesterday, I started eating a little bit of solids, but today I ate solids for the first time. And I'm just like getting back to like my norm. But for 3 days, it was all liquid, just liquid. And everything I ate, I vomited and I just diarrheaed out. I don't know if that's how you say it. You diarrhea out.
You were sick.
I was just like diarrheaing out, like whatever you want to call it. I'll make up a word for it. But like it happens, guys. It happens, and you know, you gotta talk the truth. So, like I rarely get sick. I haven't gotten sick in a long time, ever since the first boot camp. So when you get fever, you get a lot of shit. A lot of shit happens to you. It affects you in a lot of different parts of your body. So it was Thursday. Wednesday we went out to.
We went out Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Friday on a date,
but it was worse. It was worse because Wednesday we had lunch and I ate salmon, and then we went to Javier's, and then we ate again like
Seafood.
ceviche, yeah, seafood, and then the next day we ate salmon again for lunch, and then we went again to Javier's with Rob because it was just like a unexpected double date. So we went there, and so Friday I have a podcast with Dr. Keon, it's gonna premiere later today. So you guys watching this,
Did we post the graphic?
hop on at 7 p.m. and Dr. Keon's podcast is gonna premiere live on YouTube, and he talks about Botox, fillers, and nose surgeries, face surgeries. He does everything but boobs and anything below the boobs. Boobs up and everything boobs down, he doesn't touch. He just touches the face.
Face down.
And he's a bit, okay, if you want to get technical, neck.
Because I was like, wait, he does.
Neck up. He doesn't play with boobs.
Yeah.
Like that, he takes from neck up. So watch that premiere, and he explains how Botox and fillers are actually good for you, and you should start getting Botox in your early 20s. So moving on from that, the mindset, like I get Friday before his podcast, I do my workout, I do my sprints, I do everything, and then I'm feeling like a little like low on energy, and I'm like, what's going on? And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'm a little hungover. Let me grab a glass of champagne. It'll fix me up. So I have the glass of champagne, and I still feel like no, it's not really helping. And he comes in and he's all energized. He comes in with 1942, and I'm like, okay, it's not kicking in. So, long story short, he gives me a 1942 shot, and then I just kind of silent the pain. I put it to sleep, but the pain's still there, but I just don't feel it because of the tequila. And then we do the podcast. Podcast was great. Was it great? It was good. Yeah, so it was good. But I eased the pain with the booze. So then Syl comes back, and then we hang out with Dr. Keon. He's a friend of ours. He's a surgeon and Botox and filler doctor for a lot of Hollywood's biggest stars and athletes, and also influencers that we're not going to say names, but he leaves, and then Syl and me never, like rarely, now it's just our time is so occupied with work, and the little time that we have is for kids. That's why this Saturday we're taking off. We're taking off to Puerto Rico, flying in a nice jet, then going to Fort Lauderdale to spend Sophia's birthday party and Bobby's with them this weekend, and then we fly back to LA, and it's going to be a nice little recharge. But we're still probably going to be, working, and I'm always thinking about work. So the mindset part, you lost me with because you keep like looking at me and looking away.
Oh no, I'm just looking at you. I like to look at you.
Yeah, but where'd you like distracted me?
No, you distracted yourself. You're talking about what happened, and then you went on to say that we're going on vacation.
Yeah, but before that,
he's a little sick. Excuse him.
Before that, what was I talking about?
You were talking about how mindset is everything. We were in Modesto. You were a little bit sick.
No, but way after that.
I don't know, babe. So
you're not paying attention either. Do you guys remember? Oh yeah. Okay. So Dr. Keon, like you get fever, and then but there's a reason. People were saying, he has that virus, and like you guys know what I think about that, stuff. But Syl and I have a great idea, because remember how I was talking about that? That's where I went off. We said, well, let's go on a date. We haven't had a date. Oh, yeah. We kind of skipped a week, and we got to have our relation improvement date. So we decide to go another place that serves fish. We go to Sushiya, eat sushi. Then we have a little bit of sake. We leave the Ferrari there, and we just Uber back, and we're like, we're fine. So the sake also kind of eased the whole thing, the whole virus that I had that started building up. So in the morning I wake up and I can't get off of bed. Remember I tell you, like, I have fever, like I can't get off.
That was Saturday morning.
Saturday morning, yeah, the next day. And that's the day when I speak. So we had everything planned, and we just don't deal with commercial with family. We don't fly commercial at all, and never again.
Flying's already a pain in the ass.
It's not worth it, especially COVID showed us that. It's just not worth all that hassle. We're not going to deal with it. That's why we work hard. So we had everything planned. We had our plane waiting for us, and to take our daughters with us, and so we could go together. And then I don't feel good at all. I'm feeling like shit, and I tell Syl. What did I tell you, Syl?
I was looking to see if we posted the graphic.
So I was, when I told you, like, I just don't feel good, and I really thought it was going to be impossible, and I said, well, like, I mean, we're gonna have to just not go, and then but at the same time, my right side, the good Albert, tells me, you're not a quitter. Like, when you have commitment to something, you have to do it. It's different to when people say, I commit to having a Rari, I commit to living in Beverly Hills, I commit to having a boat, I commit to having a plane, but they don't go through with it because they don't have the commitment. Commitment means going all the way. And I knew that I couldn't fail. And I knew that, I knew why I had the fever. I knew it wasn't like the other stuff that people were gonna get all scared of. So I made it clear that, hey, it's nothing to worry about. You know, you guys know what I think about that bullshit, but I have stomach pain. Like I ate way too much fish, and my stomach is burning right now. So my stomach was burning, and I was just running to the restroom like every 10 minutes. Like it was crazy.
Okay, I think we can skip
and
the
I couldn't.
details.
And every 10 minutes, sometimes 5 minutes. It was crazy. And the crazy part was that I couldn't even get off of bed because I was so cold. You know, when you have, my fever was so high, because when it went down and I felt great, I had a 102. So I can't imagine how much I had. I probably had like 107.
I don't think
Probably
so.
set a record.
Also, men are a
and-
little bit like,
And so
you know,
I couldn't even, I was
dramatic,
scared to get out of my
the
blankets,
same.
and I needed more blankets. So when I got out of the blankets, you started shaking. So it was horrible. And then my legs were so sore, my back, my head, I had a massive headache. So I was like, what the heck is this? I never had a food poisoning that was this bad. So I'm considering not eating fish again.
don't.
So, you know, like I text Tim's story because that's the only person I could think of. He's spoken like more than anybody that I know, I think, all over the world. So I asked him, Tim, I'm sure you've gotten fever and felt like shit, you know, when you have to speak and you're doing your keynote. What do you do in this situation? And he's and you know, Tim being such a nice guy and so giving, he's like, Albert, try to get better in an hour. If you can't, stay home, rest. You got your family. I'm gonna represent for you. I'm gonna take care of you. I'll speak about you. Don't worry about it. I got you.
I'll speak for you.
And then I said, cool, Tim. You know, thank you. I'm gonna get better. And then when I showed up there, when I ended up there, he's like, I knew you weren't gonna come. I knew you would be here. But the funny story is we arrive, you know, and I'm not feeling good, but I'm kind of tricking my body. You know, when I pulled over to the liquor and I said, you want some champagne? So I did that because I was trying to trick my mind to pretend like everything was good, and I was like hoping that was gonna work. So I went there, and you know, we had a little bit, and then we get to the hotel, and I said, well, I'm gonna take a little nap. I'm gonna wake up and be good. And then what happened? I couldn't get up again, and it's worse now.
I was like, we have like 30 minutes. Get up.
Yeah, like
get up.
1 hour.
Get up or say you're not going.
1 hour before it was my time to speak.
Yeah.
I was still on the bed. I couldn't get up.
Yeah.
And it was like it was horrible. So then I don't know what happened, but you know, I got up and you actually helped me shower. Like she was like you know, scrubbing my body parts and handing me the towels and wiping me down and all that stuff. and we made it happen thanks to the support of my wife. And we end up getting there to the venue, and then you know, like all these people, like everybody wants a picture, everybody wants a hug. Everybody wants, and it's crazy. We can't even get through. So I knew what to expect because I know how events end up. And you know, all the people, we entered through the back. So when you enter through the back, the back people are the crazy ones. They're the ones that, like, they're so, you know, excited. So long story short, like it took us like an hour for me to start speaking. Then I start speaking, and then Eli and Mike tell me like, I never seen you sweat so much on stage. And I'm like, yeah, well, I was like dying of fever. I couldn't even tell. And then Tim Story told me that it was my best presentation he's seen. I don't know if he was being extra nice, but
yeah, I'm sure.
But maybe a little bit. But yeah.
I mean, you did pretty good for being half dead.
But it happened, and then I stayed for the Q&A, and then the whole point of this, guys, is mindset. You know, when you say you're gonna do something, you just gotta do it no matter what. I lost 10 pounds. Like I'm 10 pounds lighter right now. That's why my face looks a little bit fucked up. I barely started working out yesterday again, and today I ate solids, like good solids for the first time. So my stomach's getting back on track. But that's mindset. You guys remember Michael Jordan? There was a game in the finals where he's dying of fever. He wins the game, he plays through fever. And then he ends up in the hospital after the game, but he wins the game, and guess what? He wins the championship. So that's what mindset is all about.
Didn't Kobe do the same thing when he tore his Achilles, right?
He still went and shot those free throws because it's the mindset.
Yeah.
And like today was another example. Like today, like I'm still recovering, guys. I'm like probably like at 40% of my capacity at most, maybe even 35. And I had so many things to do today, and I was running back and forth, everything. And then we're here doing driven couples. So that's mindset. That's mindset. Like a lot of you guys have that. I don't know why Alpha Slice Mohammed right there keeps showing up, but that guy always shows up. Always shows up.
Yeah.
That's why that guy's gonna get really far in life.
I know.
Like he always shows up. And you know what I like about him? He's always helping those people under him, those people that look up to him, like other of our driven people. You know, they're getting started. They're not making a lot of money right now, but he invites them to his house, takes them on his Lambo, and spends time with them. And so that's really, dude. That's the secret to becoming wealthy when you help people that are coming up and you do it. Like that's why I did the Modesto event. Because I wanted to help Andy and Mari and the Modesto people. Like you guys think you guys don't think I have a better place to be than Modesto?
I think we all have a better place to be. I don't think the place is relevant.
Like it is, because it's far. It's far, and I'd rather be here with my kids and be doing other things. But it's not about that. Like you're not getting the point.
I'm getting the point.
What I'm saying is like, we could be in Puerto Rico, for example,
we
versus
could be
doing that.
Anywhere.
But my whole point of Modesto is I made a commitment, and it cost me a lot of money to be there with my family, with everybody that I took. But I did it because I didn't even, like, my whole presentation. If you guys watched it, you guys were there. I didn't sell anything. All I spoke about was how mortgages made me who I am today. The mortgage industry. That's all I spoke about. Didn't pitch anything, didn't sell anything. I was just there, and I told him, look, I got 30 minutes. 30 minutes. I can't do 45. I'll shoot for 30. I'll do 30. Even if I collapse, then just pick me up and take me home, back to my room. But if I could go 45, I'll do the 45. And if I could stay for the Q&A, I'll stay for the Q&A. And I want to watch some of Andy's. I want to watch Andy's presentation after mine. And you know, I'm going to stick around as much as I can. But I promise you 30 minutes, and if I collapse, I collapse. But I already knew, like, you know, I already knew inside that I was going to end up there till the end. And that's what we did. The next day was I was hurting. So it's all mindset, guys. But having said that, if you guys have any questions, I want to get the questions. Steph is going to let us know when she finds a good question. But Syl, what is your definition of mindset?
So look, to touch on what he said about I could have been anywhere. Look, people end up where they want to be, period. You can have 100 things to do, but where you really want to be, that's where you will end up. Because, you know, where there's a will, there's a way. And we committed to being there. And I told him, I'm like, if you feel that bad, because, you know, no offense to all you guys, but sometimes it's like you have the flu and you're like dying. And I'm like, okay, you know, and women can work through the flu. So I wasn't sure how sick he really was, to be honest with you guys. So I was like, hey, babe, you know, but when he didn't get up, I was like, shit. I was like, And then I touch him and he's like burning up. And I was like, fuck, what am I going to do? You know, because that's just not like him, you know, and things happen. There's a lot of things that are out of our control. The only thing we can control is, you know, taking care of ourselves and how we're going to react to certain things. Now, mindset is 100% everything. A lot of the times, your mindset is the one thing that separates you from the people that make it and the ones that don't. Why do I say that? Because most people focus on the wrong things. I'm like, look at the big picture. Like, you're over here worried about pennies on pennies on pennies on pennies. And I'm talking pennies, you know, but what about this? What about that? What about this? What about that? You know, and most people are just like that. And it's not going to change. And because they don't change, their mindset doesn't change. They always have that broken mindset. And that's why they end up, you know, if you're one of them, it's never too late to change that mindset, you know, to kind of correct the words that we use, the way that we say things, you know, because you want to say bye?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Oh.
But if I could just add a little thing for the weak-minded people that are watching on Instagram or anywhere else, like for you weak-minded people that get insulted because of what I said, like let me rephrase it for you weak-minded people, okay? Like I forget about Modesto. So for going to Echo Park, I got better things to do than go to Echo Park. Echo Park is where I grew up. I got better things to do than going to La Puente, where she came from. So don't take it personal. Don't take it in the ass. You know, like what I'm saying is I was just using it as an example so that you could compare going anywhere going to Beverly Hills to the mall. Like I have better things to do than going to Rodeo Drive. That makes you feel better. Weak-minded people. You just always want to get the negative of everything. And that's why you guys end up where you are, broke and failures and being haters, because you always try to get the negative from all the positive things to try to make somebody look bad and get it all twisted. So that's why you're broke, and that's why you're a hater, and that's why you're gonna end up being miserable for the rest of your life. So good luck. Good luck for you. But for those of you that are smart, what I meant was I'd rather be with my daughters, with my dad. I'd rather enjoy this trip that I'm going to Puerto Rico and gonna enjoy it, fly private, stay in the best place that's 10 G's a day to stay at. A night. And be with a day too. You pay for the day. The day's not free. Yeah, the day is free too, though.
Okay, but I think that's how they calculate it.
All right, so there you go. Another person just trying to pick at me.
I'm not. I'm just helping.
So I'd rather be doing those things than being. I hate going to Rodeo Drive. I hate it.
He does.
So when I call Rodeo Drive my little bitch, nobody complains. But when you say Modesto, you say La Puente, and people start like, "You're attacking me." That's because you always have a target on your back. That's why you're miserable and you're never gonna win. So when people criticize you guys or pick at things that you do, remember that they're just jealous. So don't listen to them, Mo. Don't listen to them. All of you guys that are successful, don't listen to those losers. I just wanted to bring this up because I want to teach a lesson here, and that's what I do. Like I get so many negative comments. I get millions of nice comments and many negative comments. You know what I do to the negative comments?
Ignore.
When I know it's a negative comment, like the first three words, I disregard it and I move on. And I pay attention to all the good people.
Yeah.
Because I don't have space. I don't have seconds to deal with the fucking losers that are broke. I just don't have any time. But keep going.
Well, a victim mentality, there's so many different types of mindsets, mentalities, right? And a lot of people actually live in the past, which stops you from going into the future, and it just adds fear, and I know things happen, guys. Look, my life wasn't perfect, his life wasn't perfect. I'm sure a lot of you have went through a lot of things, but are you gonna focus, Devlin? Are you gonna focus on the negative, or are you gonna work on making your life positive and surrounding yourself by good people, go-getters, people that are gonna make sure that you do good, people that want to see you win.
Cash.
But at the end of the day, it's up to you if you're going to win or not, because nobody can be in the day-to-day with you every single day, holding your hand and being like, oh, do you feel good? Is everything okay? It's like I read something online that says, if you want to get pats in the back, I don't know what it was. I'm going to look for it because it was so good. Then don't go into entrepreneurship. Those people that you need to be like, good job, good job, good job, good job for everything. And it's like, no, dude, like you're not always going to get that, especially not in the world that we live in. Of course, acknowledging people and be like, oh, good job for this and that. Once in a while is cool, but at the end of the day, it's your job, So again, if we always need that pat in the back, like do not go into entrepreneurship because you will never make it. It's a lot of, you have to really work on mindset. It happens to me sometimes. I'm human, even though I'm tough and I'm a badass and I do whatever I have to do. And I might not be like super nice all the time and wasting time and walking slow. Like, no, I have goals to meet. I have things to do. And look, you're either coming with me or I'm leaving you behind. And that's it, and having people like that believe in you, because I tell people, look, I might be tough, but I'm going to make you so much better because I know you can do it. You don't think you can do it, but I know you can do it, and I've been told this multiple times, and I understand that people are people. And I'm actually I'm reading this book and it teaches you how just everybody's what they are. They think at their level. People hear what they want to hear. They understand to their knowledge.
What
meaning,
book is that? Yeah, look it up.
Meaning that you're not always, like, I can't be mad at somebody for not being as smart as I think they are, or like, how can I say it? Like, I don't even know what the word is, but
Well,
it's
well,
just,
also the thing is like remember you and me are strong in different things.
yeah.
And you
Everybody
like
has strengths.
you
Everybody.
you like for me and then also I spend a way more time with my homeboys like Bobby and all
Yeah.
and Patrick and the other guy before and many others. So
Yeah.
like things that I've just keep getting better and better at are not your strengths, and just like your things that you just keep improving and growing on
Well, you got to keep
are
getting
not my
better.
strengths. But
No,
like
in
one
general.
of the things that, like for example, Syl is having a hard time understanding, but she's getting better and better at it, is she expects everybody to be at her level, mentally, physically, mindset wise, and just like her. And you have to understand that it's not possible.
Yeah.
It's not a that's not something that's going to be reality. Because if that was a reality, then she wouldn't have her company. She would be working for somebody else. She would be working for that person. It's different. Everybody has a different skill set level, and it's like Mohammed, like he's highly skilled. He's highly skilled. He has so much ability. If he can't expect to hire 10 Mohammeds, or they're gonna cost him a lot of money, like millions of dollars, $1 million salary, or whatever. I'm just giving you guys like something that's easy to comprehend, but I understand that. Patrick, he has his army under him. They're not all Patricks, but guess what? Patricks and what Bobby Castro start doing, they're so high at one thing or two things, and they start hiring a bunch of people to support them that are not going to be at their level, but they're going to be they're going to be skilled at certain different things. But then once they grow to a level, then what happens? Now they start hiring. Now Bobby starts hiring people that are smarter than him in different levels. So like for example, when you grow your company, then you start hiring a CFO. Like I never knew what a CFO was. Then you need a president. Fuck, I never knew what a president was. Then you start hiring all these different positions that are higher level, executive levels, so that they could help your company go to the next level. Then you realize, whoa, shit, you know what? I think I could replace myself as a CEO with a better CEO than me. And then I could move on and be play a different role in the company. I'm still going to be the main owner, but I'm going to hire a CEO that's a better CEO than me at this time of the company's life. Lifetime or life years. Company is already at this point of life. Now we need a different level CEO to come in, and then you just keep growing and growing. But you never know that until you start a real business and you start growing it and growing it and growing it. But going back to mindset, guys, it takes mindset to be able to go through all these storms that happen. And what I realized today is that, like, I thought about it. I'm like, man, today, like I worked so much. Like I didn't even have, I needed, like, there's so many things that I missed, but they weren't veggies. So I was just focused on veggies. Like, for example, guys, like, I don't know if you're on a really high level, and then I'll end it at the high level with this one. If you're at a really high level, like, think about it. You shouldn't even be depositing your checks. And let me explain what I mean by that. Like, let's say you get 10 checks, and you get 10 checks a day, 10 checks a day, 10 checks a day.
Personal, not business, though, right? That's the ones you're talking about.
Business. I'm talking about a high level. High level are business. So if you're getting the check, a paycheck, not a paycheck. I mean, so you moved me off again.
Well, Mary deposits checks now. That's why I'm wondering what checks
Mohammed,
you're talking about.
if he's getting checks for his business that he's running, he's getting checks, 10 checks every day, 10 checks every day, 10 checks every day. So your time is too valuable to be depositing checks. Like, for example, how many of you guys deposit mobilely? Takes time, man. It's a waste of time. It takes you 1 minute to log on, like fucking 5 minutes if you're lucky to take pictures of the front and the back, because I haven't done that in a while. So yesterday I decided, well, let me deposit a few checks here with my mobile app, And I remembered how fucking
Because you got a stack, right?
what a misery it was, guys. What a misery it was. So I had 10. It was like 10 checks, that you brought me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, I could deposit them. It's fine. I'm here at home. Let me do it. I after the second check, I fucking threw the checks and
Yeah.
and I got pissed off because it took me like more than 5 minutes taking pictures of the front, the back, the front, the back, the front. The thing doesn't read it. Oh, the check is not clear enough. Oh, you got to write this, you got to write that. And I'm like, fuck this crap. Like, it's taking, like, so I realized, like, this is not worth my time. I spent like 40 minutes wasting 40 minutes right there when I could have been in bed with my daughters, playing with their little toys. And so
I think you were in the toilet.
So things like that. Things like that. I mean, I had extra time. Let's leave it at that. I had extra time, but it was entertaining me, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. So when you get at a high level, you just got to be focused every minute on what you're best at. Like, what are you best at? Mm-hmm. So that's why, like me, I'm gonna step away from being a CEO pretty soon, and I'm gonna focus on what I'm best at. What I'm best at. That's all my minutes are gonna be there, and you're gonna get there. But it all starts with the mindset. You don't start a company without mindset. You don't show up every day when you're not getting the results you want, and you keep doing it over and over if you don't have that mindset.
So yeah, and mindset, the good news, guys, is that if you don't have a really strong one, meaning most people at the first chance they get to like quit or give up or, just say, oh, I'm not going to go into work because I'm hungover when nobody made you drink all night and you knew you had to work in the morning. Mindset is literally almost everything. It can get you through a lot, and again, I'm not saying you have to be like macho man like this guy, but listen also to your body. But mindset will get you through a lot of different things in life because things happen, life happens, and I know a lot of people go through different types of grief, so you still have to show up, you still have to get there and do the things that you have to do and not let yourself out of the responsibility, when a company or your business or whatever or somebody or something is relying on you, so. And you could always change it. You can work on your mindset. You could train yourself, to understand that the words you say, everything that comes out of your mouth, if you just kind of restructure the way that you say it, it just comes out differently. And it's just, trust me, a good thing. And there's so many books on mindset. Are we saying bye?
Before we say bye to Instagram, one quick thing. Like, look, like today was one of those days that I was just like exhausted. I got pissed off, at a few things, and I was just running around from thing to thing. I got pissed off mainly because my calendar wasn't right. It wasn't organized right, and just people didn't respect my time, and then I missed out on my cardio. So I didn't do cardio. So that pissed me off. That nothing pisses me off than when people fuck up my non-negotiables. So I was pissed off. I'm not gonna say otherwise. I was pretty fucking pissed off.
It was for a good reason.
And it doesn't matter how good of a reason, you don't skip your non-negotiables, especially when people fuck up your calendar. And regardless to the point, like I was gonna like not show up to that appointment, but I did. So I was thinking to myself, like when I was coming to do this, the driven couples, I was thinking like this is a lot of shit, man. Like, and I haven't even seen my I'm like really short with my daughter, like this morning, and so I'm like, and then I thought about it, but wait, we just tripled our February from last year's. We're taking off, we're blowing up.
Perspective is everything, you guys.
Like literally we're blowing up. Yeah, like our money game is blowing up. It's crazy. Like I never imagined that we would be, doing the things we're doing now, like how we fly, where we go, where we stay, where we live. Like it's crazy. And then I thought about it. Well, you know what? That's what you got to do to be at this level. And yeah, you're gonna some days you're gonna be feeling a bit better. In the morning, I walk in and Steph asks me, "How do you feel?" And to myself, I'm thinking, does it even matter how I feel? Because it doesn't matter how I feel. I still have to show up. And then then she says, but I really mean it. I really mean it. And I'm like, yeah, well, you know that there's a lot of people that bullshit you and they tell you, how do you feel, sweetie? How was your weekend? They don't give a shit about your fucking weekend. They're just kissing your ass and they're probably toxic people turning around and talking shit about you. So like I learned all that shit. So like I know what I gotta do. I gotta show up no matter what, because even if I don't feel good, I still have to pay the bills. I still have to pay my people, and I still have to show up. It doesn't matter how I feel. If I break a leg, I still have to show up. Yeah, I might be out for a couple of days. I'll show up in day 3, but I still have to show up. So no matter what, I have to show up for my kids, my family, and for everybody that's part of our companies. So that's my mentality. That is my mindset. And then I also remembered, fuck, I was also miserable and exhausted and mad when I was sleeping in the Ford Explorer and doing cocaine every weekend. And I'm like, I'd rather be exhausted and miserable sometimes, but be fucking rich. It feels a lot much better. We're
You gotta make the best out of everything, you guys. Like literally, and there's always a positive side. If you really look down and deep, there's always a positive side, And I don't know if Alpha Slice wants to share something on mindset, or if we have anybody that wants to know anything on mindset. But look at you guys. Like he just said.
Well, you know what? Let's bring up Alpha Slice, like, cause he has a cool story of how where were you 3 years ago, Alpha, when you were in that sofa. It looked like you were like defeated, like didn't even have socks on, and your kids were running around, and now you're like one of the most popular famous people in Miami driving Lambos and Ferraris. Like how do you go from that to
he
this
works his fucking ass off.
in
Yeah,
3
I
years?
know. Yes or no? It's a choice. It's a damn choice.
But
go ahead, Alpha
I think that has a little bit to do with mindset.
Yeah, you're either gonna be a victim or a victor. That's it. You choose. Either one is hard. So pick your hard. Let's tell us, Alpha.
1000%. Listen, it's a choice, man. I chose to. I chose success, and I expect nothing less. And it doesn't matter if I was living on the floor, if I was in a different country. I said, dude, that's my goal, and I'm not stopping until I get there. I'm not listening to nobody, no family, no mom, no dad, no friends. I cut everyone out, and I just lived inside of my head.
Good.
I was visualizing my dreams, visualizing where I want to be, and I kept working my ass off. And a lot of people, I post sometimes on social media, like on Instagram, a lot of people are snowflakes, that they're just like, oh, I want to celebrate, Valentine's. I want to take the weekend off, dude. I want to take a rest.
That's
I'm
right.
like, motherfucker, if you're not where you want to be, just shut the fuck up and get to work.
Agreed.
Like, stop complaining. Just put in the work. And that's what we do. A lot of people see that, I'm driving the Lambos, I'm driving the Ferraris. And that's the reason, I don't have to do that, as Albert said. But dude, I learned from the best. I learned from you. You're so humble. When I was nobody, you said, hey, dude, I'm going to help you. And I see a lot of people, in your circle, in your events. Everyone is somebody, but nobody in terms of like, they didn't get to their best potential. They're not successful yet. And still you give them the same advice that you give to people that you coach. So, Ramon, it was his birthday and he graduated and he said, hey, Mo, I want to come to Miami. I said, dude, yeah, come to Miami. Dude, come to my house. And he said, I want to see how you live. I want to see the Lambos, the Ferraris. I'm like, dude, come on over, man. I'm going to show you the reality. Dude, he sits here on a chair and see me work 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours nonstop sitting on this computer. And he's like, oh my God, like, where's the fun? I said, this is the fun. This is when you see your phone like ding, 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 people paying you money. I said, this is the fun. When you're building projects, building stuff, this is the fun. So what I want, so true. People get distracted a little bit
Very
by the
much,
black
very
stuff.
much.
And you know, those motherfuckers on Instagram commenting and like talking about Modesto. I mean, dude, I wish I could slap them in the face, man, because they don't know all the hard work that you did for the past 6 to 8 years, just putting positivity out there, working your ass off. And it's not about just you helping yourself, because if it's just about you helping yourself, dude, like you're set for life a long time ago. But you decided to help all the people around you, help the masses, and that's why you went to Modesto, right? When Andy was nobody, you were his friend. And when he's somebody right now, you're still going and supporting him. Even when you're feeling like shit. And still, like, tell you the truth, if I get a flu, I get knocked out, I don't want anyone to talk to me. It's just the way we are. But
I know.
when we don't have the flu, we fucking crush it. You know, we're just like, you know, those six-wheelers. We knock everyone out. So, dude, hat off to you, man. Like, going through all the shit, you know. I watched the IG with Tim's story. Dude, much respect. Like, every time I say, like, Albert, oh my God, like, Albert is here on the top, and then you break to another level.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm so proud that I'm in this circle. I'm so proud that, you know, you guys are winning. And, you know, I'm always trying to push the word of how I got here. And hard work, yes. But it was information, man.
That's
if
right.
If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't think that, I mean, I will win eventually, but you just shortened the distance from A to B.
Oh, mi amor.
Thank you, man.
Brother, thank you, man. Thank you. But one quick question: when you were in back in your hometown before you came over here, and you were in that video that you showed me where you're laying on the floor and your kids are running around and you have the fan on, because it's probably really hot. What were you thinking that moment? Did you already know that you were up, that something big was gonna come?
Dude, I mean, I always say, since I was a little kid, I always feel I'm special. And like, I was talking to Bradley the other day, and I told him, when I wake up in the morning, I put a smile on my face. And he said, Mo, why do you put a smile on your face? I said, dude, you talk about the $1 million. Like, when you wake up, if they trade you waking up or $1 million, would you say you want $1 million? A lot of people say, no, fuck the $1 million. I just want to wake up, man. I want to live another day. I'm like, why do you put a smile on your face, dude? I said, like, to me, I believe that God created this whole universe for me. I'm so special, man. He didn't create it for Albert. He didn't create it for Syl. He just created it for me. I have a bigger purpose that I'm gonna help the masses. So that's why I put a smile on my face. And God said, like, in our culture, like, God has a preset lifetime for you. For example, you're gonna live 50 years. So you're not gonna live a day before or a day after. It's just 50 years, and then you'll drop dead. So I choose that God wrote for me 100 years because he loves me, right? But I also choose that he wrote my net worth. And he wrote 20 billion for me.
Yeah.
Because he loves me, because he created everything for me. So when I wake up, I put a smile on my face because God is looking at me and waiting for me to wake up. And he's like, wake up, motherfucker! I wrote 20 billion for you. Get your ass to work!
That's right.
So, dude, it's a mindset thing. So if everyone believes that God created this universe for them, if they feel that there is a purpose inside of them, that they're gonna help the masses, they're not just another number. Gary Vee says that 1 in 1,000,000,000,000% is the chance for you to be born as a human. Dude, everyone should be grateful. And everyone should have a strong mindset. It doesn't matter where you are right now. You know, when I was living on the floor back in Lebanon 3.5 years ago, I had the belief that God has a bigger purpose for me. And I just worked my ass off until I got where I am today.
So, thank you for sharing that, Alpha. And I completely agree with you because, if you don't have the faith and the belief that there is something out there for you, and look, guys, you might work 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and you don't see much result, but you're getting the experience. You're pushing forward. You're getting the knowledge, the information, like Alpha says. Experience, you can't buy it, right? So you got to go out and earn it, and it might be hard 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, but then it just evolves into something great. But you got to put in the work, and most people are looking to see, how can I get the same thing and do less work? And I'm like, that is completely the wrong mindset. Like, you have to figure out, how do I get better? And money will just follow. Most people focus on money, 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 money. I'm like, no, if you help a lot of people, you learn your craft, you become the best, like, everything else will follow. But you need to believe. You need to believe not only in yourself, but that you do deserve a better life, that you speak to yourself nicely, that you take care of your body, the way you look, because there's so many people that I run into. I'm telling you, I'm like, they have every single opportunity slapping them in the face, whether it's working somewhere that it's a lot is expected and you're supposed to be getting better. Like, forget about the pay. How do I learn? That's exactly what I did in my real estate career. Literally, if I told you guys what I got paid, you guys would fucking laugh. But I didn't care, because to me, money was just kind of second. And whatever I got to learn, everything that I learned, I was happy with. But I was always down. I'm like, dude, let's do it. Like, as long as I have enough gas to get there, I'll figure out how I'm going to get back with no damn gas. But if I can get to that point, get the information, get the knowledge, meet the person, build a relationship, I know that a year, 2, 3 years from now, it's going to give me what I need, because most people focus on the wrong things, and I can go into detail about that, but it's like, it's really not rocket science. Kind of think about certain things, and most people are just time wasters. Like Alpha said, I'm like, okay, so you didn't have time to do all this, but you have all the time in the world to be like over here commenting on this, doing this, scrolling, looking all day. And where is that getting you? What is that getting you? And most people don't realize, they don't have enough self-control to say, I'm gonna put this away for 1 full hour, 2 hours. I'm gonna focus on this solely, whether it's your kids, your job, whatever you're working on. People can't do that because a lot of people have no discipline. And if you have discipline and you're committed to your goals, you'll get there eventually. And meeting the right people is key. Meeting the right people can cut a lot of time out of the equation. And most people take those things for granted. They do. They take them for granted because it's like, oh no, well, if you want me to do this, I'm like, okay, what about all the goddamn food you ate? Nobody's charging you for that. So it's just people really need to work on their little noodle they have up there.
And I mean, with the right mindset, you're going to meet the right relationships. So like Alpha Slice, Mo is there because of relationships. He went from one to another one to another one to another one. But before we continue with the next question, who's the next question?
Anthony Corona.
So Anthony Corona, before we get to your question, Instagram people, we're going to cut it off. We'll see you guys next week. Actually, maybe next week, because I might just disconnect from social media for like a week and just be like, wipe it out.
Hang out with me.
And just hang out with Syl. And we're probably going to delete the social media for like a week.
Ah, come on.
So we'll see how that works. But I'll see you Instagram.
Right. Do you guys believe him?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I told Syl that I was going to do it.
Steph.
So
I just need 5 hours with him.
So text the number for the private link so you could join us for the rest of it. And I'll see you guys, Instagrammers. Make sure you save the text. See you guys. Anthony.
Thank you, Alpha. We love you.
Hey, what's up?
Appreciate you, bro.
Hi.
Hey, what's up?
Not much. Just here getting some knowledge from you guys. I love you guys so much. You guys are the best. And Syl, I saw you at Driven just back and forth, making sure everything was right.
Thank you.
You're a hard worker. You put in the work, I see. And you're very nice. You're super nice.
Thank you.
I love it. So my question to you guys is, how do you guys protect your mindset when you're in an environment that's very toxic or
That's a great question. Great question. You want to start?
You can start.
So, me personally, I mean, before, I swear to you guys, I lived in La La Land, like, to say the least. Like, my whole childhood, I lived in La La Land. I blocked off all the negative. I don't even know how I did it, like, to be really honest with you guys. But now as a grown-up, where I actually have control of my environment, I protect my circle very, very dearly, my workplace. You know, now if there's something I didn't like, I just go ahead and let the person know, you know, something that's not allowable, something that I don't want to, you know, gossip is super, super, super bad. And unfortunately, a lot of people they have nothing better to do. And those are the people you want to stay away from. Because if they just want to sit there and talk about other people all day, means they have nothing going for themselves. And do you want those people around you? And if you pay attention, you go back to like family gatherings, and what are people talking about? Oh my God, this many people died and this and this. And I'm like, well, stop watching the goddamn news. You're in control of the things that you let into your space, unless you're a child or an elderly person that's stuck in a home somewhere. Meaning you kindly, now what I started doing, also we have to respect other people's, like, people you absolutely have to be around. Like, let's say his mom, for example. It's his mom. I have to respect her, and I just ask her to let me believe what I want to believe, because I have facts to back it up. She wants to keep watching the news all day. That's her problem, not mine. You know, so I completely just you know, people have a lot of opinions, and you have to know how to kindly just say, okay, you know, I respect what you believe in, but, you know, I don't want to get into that conversation. And as you get smarter, you say a lot less, because people are what they are and they believe what they believe, and that's just that. So I don't know if you're referring to like family members or people at work. You simply detach yourself from the equation, you know, and because before I used to be like, you know, my mom would tell me things, you know, when we decided not to vaccinate my kids. And I'm like, I researched like a freaking, have you guys ever had a jealous girl that breaks into your phone, finds all your exes? She knows everything about you, you know? Literally, it's what I did. Yes, I did that. I went and I researched and I looked at laws that went by. Then I looked at pharma and I looked at this and I looked at that. And I looked at so many real life stories, not what's fed to you. You know, and you have to be able to draw your conclusion based on different things. And that's literally, you know, your responsibility, you know? So what I do is I am firm in what I believe. And unless you have some damn facts to prove it to me, like, I don't want to hear it. I don't care. I don't even want to talk about it. You know, because him and I are very much in sync with what we do with our kids, what we want our business to be like, and just what's expected, period. You know, because the minute you allow, it's like anything. People they're either declining or they're growing. That's it. And if you're not growing, you're dying, period. I don't care what anybody says. That is a fact. It's a fact. You know, so again, being mindful, you know, and kindly just, you know, the people that have the least information have the most opinions. So I've literally learned how to kindly just be like, respectfully, like, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't care. You know, and you have to learn how to do that.
But what are you referring to? Toxic people in your household or at work?
Both.
House, we're pretty, like, we read, you know, Think and Grow Rich. We have a lot of self-help books, and the mindset here is really like, we're gonna get it done one way or another.
So how's your household like?
To like where you can't control things, like say you're in a work setting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Literally remove yourself from the equation. That's the best solution.
Yeah, like for example, us, like we had, you know, like we've had a couple, maybe more, maybe about 3 or 4 toxic people in our corporate office.
Yeah.
No, in the company maybe a few more, but
like toxic, they don't even know how bad they are.
in our corporate headquarters, we've had about 3 or 4. So like sometimes, you know, you'll hire somebody in the beginning and you think that that's going to be the person for forever. And then you think, oh, well, loyalty means if they've been here for a long time. No, you know, when loyalty means something else, look it up in the dictionary. But sometimes there's people that they're toxic, and your company, your business, your self-employment, sales job, whatever it is, you're like, you could have an assistant, you could have your first hire, and these people are toxic, and you're never gonna grow until you get rid of these people.
That's right.
Because what's gonna happen when you hire your second assistant, they're gonna get
They're
that
gonna be like-
toxicity from that person. So for us, we didn't start growing until we started eliminating all these toxic people and replacing them
Literally.
with good people. And once we did that, we started growing. These toxic people, the longer you keep them, they're gonna cost you a lot of money. A lot of money. For us, it cost us millions of dollars because we lost quality agents,
Clients.
we lost quality employees, we lost quality clients. We lost so much because of these toxic people. So it's very important to get them out of your business, your life. And if you work in a toxic place, maybe you're an employee right now, if you work in a toxic place, leave that place. Go find another place. There's a lot of great companies out there looking for good people. So if you're in a place that's toxic, leave it. Leave it. Now if you're in a place that requires the max out of you, hey, that's where you should be, because that's the only way you're going to get better. You're going to get better by pushing yourself, not by pushing back.
Not by dragging your feet all day.
That's not how you become rich. I'm sure you want to become rich, right?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so you gotta be under somebody that's gonna fucking put a fire under your ass and fucking tell you like do this, do this. And you're gonna learn. Like look.
I love that. I love being. I would much rather be in a place that demands
Look,
so
bro.
much, like where I have to. It's
Yeah, like
you have
like
to be better. Figure it out. Figure it the fuck out. Here's what I want. Figure it out.
Yeah.
and common sense. Like you got a lot of successful people. You know, like there's a lot of successful people. The most successful people that you know on social media. I guarantee you that it's not easy to work for them, and I guarantee you that they get a lot of. And then when people quit because they require a lot, then they talk shit about them. But the problem is not them; it's the person. It's like if you can't handle it, then it's not their fault; it's your fault. Like I got here because I used to bust my ass as a fucking teacher assistant. I used to do more, over deliver. I was finishing everything like it was a 1 hour job the teacher gave me. I used to finish it in 10 minutes. That
Not
way,
10. Like
5
30.
minutes. That way I had 55 minutes to read my Rich Dad Poor Dad book. Like I didn't even grade him. I just put pass. And she was like, "How come everybody has to pass?" and I'm like, I'm just fast, and I just wanted to get back to reading my book. So look, like you just gotta push yourself to the max, and then the next day you find out, wow, I could have done more.
Yeah.
And every day, it's not that life gets easier. It's not that life is easy. It's
get
that you
better.
get so much better that everything becomes easier. And then when everything becomes easier, you want to do more, and then you do more, and then you're like, fuck, it's harder. And then you beat it, and then you're like, now it's easy. And you always keep growing. But when you're always used to doing the same shit and nothing more than that, then that's why you're average. That's why you're never going to make it in life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it sounds like you're saying just focus on you. Keep yourself so busy, focused on your growth, that the bullshit just falls to the side.
Yeah. Like I was telling, I don't remember who I was telling. Somebody, we were having a conversation. And I mean, I move so fast. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just like that. Like, I don't like wasting time because I know how precious it is. And the only thing I've ever done before I got into real estate when I met him was my first job was in restaurants, which I was a host, and then I went on to waitressing, and then I went into bartending, right? Only thing I've ever done. So what happens there? There is no time to scratch your ass and drag your feet. Like, you gotta run. And if I had 30 minutes to eat, dude, I would do my side work during my lunch break. I would eat something real quick. You don't need more than 15 minutes to eat, and most people, I would get ahead in that time instead of wasting that full hour. But that's just me. Again, everybody is entitled to do their own things. But like me, it's like, I'm going to figure out, how do I get ahead? How can I work on this? How can I get whatever you do at home? How can I get ahead in what I do at home, right? Because I want to get in my office and I want to get out as soon as possible. Turns out that I always end up stuck there because there's always something more you can do that I can do today and not leave for tomorrow. But that's just my mentality. So I'm just used to moving super fast. So I would do my side work. You have to refill like the ketchups and weird things like that in a restaurant. So I would eat my food really quick. I would order it in advance so it was ready right when I had to clock out for lunch. Right that minute, I would eat really quick, 10, 15 minutes max, right? And then what would I do? Then I would do my side work for an extra 10 minutes. What does that do? As soon as my shift ended, on the floor, I can clock out and go home. not cut my shift, go do my side work, and then it turns to 7 p.m. So see, people don't know how to be efficient. And it's like California makes people super lazy, you know? So like, don't fall into that, because you could do anything. You could read an audiobook during your lunch break. Like, don't just sit there and chit chat. And again, what do people do? They gossip because they have nothing better to do. And you got to just stay away from those people, because trust me, I've seen a lot of that. It's crazy, you know, and people just don't know this because it's what you're told to do. So don't waste time.
So thank you guys so much.
You're welcome.
Awesome, brother.
Thank you.
What's okay? One more question, right?
It's freezing out here. Is there another question?
I got one.
Let's see it.
All right,
Let's
last
hear
question.
it.
We're gonna end it with you. What's the
Albert and Syl, nice to meet you guys. Actually, I've been watching you guys for a couple of months now. I started following you guys on Instagram.
how much?
I've
Hey.
asked a couple questions, but I recently, me and my wife met you guys in Modesto on Saturday.
Nice.
So
Awesome,
first
brother.
things first, one thing I do want to say is, I mean, I've been in business a couple of years,
Okay.
and I'm done playing small. What I mean by that is,
Hey, brother. Can I ask you a question really quick before you give me your question? Is that fine? Yeah. Like first of all, like how was it in Modesto? Did we do a good job? Were we good? Because I didn't feel that good, and you know, like I just, since you were there and you're from Modesto.
no, bro, I'm from Orange County.
Oh,
Orange
okay.
County, there you go.
Nice.
Did we do our job over there? Were you happy with it?
I was, bro. You did. It was excellent.
Thank you, brother.
You definitely didn't let the crowd down. And one of the things I was gonna say is that, you know, I see you guys on here, and it's not the same feeling as you get when you're in front of you.
Yeah.
One thing is, and I want to apologize, is when I watch you guys, I'm like, hey, it's Albert and Syl, you know, giving us knowledge. But when you're near you, it's something else, bro. It's
The
like
energy.
you feel the power,
Yeah.
and it's just there's no reason why you guys are so big. Like, success doesn't happen by accident. You got to be intentional about it. And why we took a picture with you guys, and when we went back to the seat, I told my wife, I was like, man, babe, I was like, Albert and Syl, I mean, son otro pedo. There's no reason why they're at where they're at. And so that's one thing I did want to say, and that's one of the reasons why I decided, man, this time I stopped playing so small. It's time to take it to the next level. So now my question is, I mean, I've been top producer 4 out of the past 5 months. And I mean, I want to build an army just like you guys. But one of the things that kind of holds me back is like, man, I'm tired of fucking babysitting people. It's like, I wanted to win. I started in business when I was 19. Nobody had to call me and babysit me. So did you guys ever feel that way?
I always feel that way. Always. I always feel that way. And it's something that I'm like, hey, you work here for a reason, because if I have to remind you of everything, Albert told me it's never gonna end. You'll get lucky. Remember, this is what I always tell people. Before you ask for a raise, before you come and tell me you deserve this and you deserve that, and like, show me. Because everybody expects it comes up in conversation, right? That you expect a better life and you deserve a better life. But what shows up in behavior is what you actually expect. I heard that once in a podcast and I was like, holy shit, that is so powerful. Because if you sit here and you ask a whole room, who wants to be successful? Everybody's gonna raise their hands. Now, what happens when they leave that door? Their actions are gonna tell you what they actually expect out of life. You know, and that is just so mind-blowing. At least it was to me. When I heard that, I'm like, holy shit, that is so true. You know, and babysitting, unfortunately, obviously you get better at hiring, you get better at reading people, you get better at, you know, like, I don't know, I always feel like I'm super nice, but I'm like, hey, people need to get written up, because, like, let's say Kaiser, my cousin she works at Kaiser. Dude, if she even gets her phone out of her hand, 1, 2, 3, right up. They have phase 1, 2, 3. At 3, you get terminated. Because why? Because they're not there to babysit people. People are there to do their job. If they can't do their job effectively, They gotta go. But I'm talking like a huge corporation, right? With all kinds of managers. It's just like huge, which is the goal to obviously get there eventually. But I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. Like I also don't like to be like all day. But then remember, people, they get kind of comfortable. They get a little lazy. They start walking a little slower. They start slacking. And then you have the people that see the opportunity and they're like, shit, okay, if I can do this, and that for Syl, Albert, the company, the mortgage guys, ambiance, whatever, then I can eventually get here and here and here. But, you know, especially in these days, unfortunately, the work ethic is not there. Everybody wants to do it the easy way. How can it be easier? How can I do less and make the same amount of money? Instead of working on that hustle muscle, which I really believe is lacking now, because people want to build an app and become a millionaire. Like it just doesn't work like that. Even like when you talk to billionaires, multi-millionaires, I'm talking, they have crazy shit. Alpha Slice can attest to this. Like when we went to Sophia and Bobby Castro, I'm like, holy shit. He moves faster, walks fast, talks fast. He's always busy, jam-packed. And you would think at that level, you get a little less busy, but you don't. And it's something that now I understand. And because sometimes I tell him, I'm like, hey, is this, and this normal? And he's like, okay, Syl, well, for these types of people and this types of people, like, you know, you just really can't be friends, if that makes any sense, because people get comfortable, they expect things, and they give you their attitude, and then it's kind of like, hey, this is a business at the end of the day. You know, there's jobs, deadlines, and things that need to be done. So to answer your question fully, that's what managers are for, you know, to kind of babysit people. And the people that work, the ones that want to grow with you. And then not everybody is, and that's okay. It doesn't make them bad people. But, you know, people tell me, oh, I want to do this and I want to retire my parents. Okay, well, show me. Because that's going to show in your actions. That's going to show in your actions, period.
Now, one thing that I want to know, though, is tell me a little bit about your business so I could give you a better, like, advice.
Well, I'm in insurance and investments, bro.
And
Okay.
and who do you have to manage? How many people are under you?
Well, as of now, I have 6, 7 agents under me.
Accountability is tough.
Yeah.
So what's the biggest problem right now?
Babysitting them.
Like on
Well,
what things are you?
Well, one,
what-
they don't produce. Yeah, one, they don't produce, and two, they're expecting me to call them and like, hey, how can I help you? Hey, what's going on? Why haven't you done anything? Why haven't you made any calls? I mean, it's basically dragging people to fucking move.
Yeah. Well,
It happens.
well, what's gonna happen is this is one thing that I live by. For every 10 people that you hire, every 10 new people that join your team or that you manage, there's going to be one that's going to come out,
If you're lucky.
that's going to come out to become a great one.
Yeah.
So it's gonna take a lot of numbers. You're gonna have to go through a lot of people. Like I said, people ask me like, hey, how do I meet a Syl? Well, you got to go through 1,000. Took me 1,000.
We'd have to do that count.
How did you get all these people that you have now, like all these agents, branch managers that we have now, like the Willies, the Andys, the Kyle Drapers that you met over there, and we have a lot more,
Yeah.
like a ton more. But how did you get there? Well, I got there by hiring my first 5 and all.
Firing all of them.
Yeah, pretty much. All those
Basically,
5
it's the truth.
were like airheads, you know, and just ridiculous. So we got rid of them, and then the only one that was good was my first one that joined, which was Willie. So Willie was the first one that I hired. Then I hired another 9. All of those 9 are gone. Only Willie stayed.
Yeah.
And then we hired another 10. 1 stayed, and then it took us so many people. And look, in the beginning of your business, of your career, you're gonna be like breaking even if you're lucky. You're gonna maybe come up negative sometimes. It's gonna be frustrating. You're not gonna spend time with your family. It's gonna be frustrating, but you're gonna have to go through year 1 like that, year 2 like that, year 3 like that, year 4 like that. And every year it should get a little bit better, but it's gonna take time. You're not gonna hit a home run. Some people do, but it usually takes time.
wow.
So
Yeah.
you have to keep improving yourself. You have to be a better leader every month, every day, every year. You have to unrecognize your last year version.
Yeah.
And as long as you do that, and you have the patience, and you keep showing up, and not giving up, like one day, 5 years later, 10 years later, you're gonna reach your dream. So just keep your head up, and even if it's frustrating, maybe you have to kick a few people out of your team because they're
Exactly.
just dragging all the other guys down. So
Exactly.
you got to analyze your people, and hey, maybe you don't belong here. Go to another team. I don't want you here.
Also, there's a personality test you can kind of put them through so you can understand what type of personality they are. It's the Tony Robbins. It's a personality test. It's really good, actually. We do it before every interview so that we can kind of figure out the person before sitting with them. Meaning we can speak to them differently, figure out what they're about, blah, 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 blah. And again, if you find really good people, remember that you can grow them. You can help them and keep helping them and keep helping them. But now if they just don't get it, like then you just get rid of them. Trust me, it's not going to be worth your time. It's frustrating to repeat yourself and repeat yourself. And like you said, it's like me. Nobody called me and said, hey, Syl, are you ready to do open house today, honey? You don't have any money in your bank account. Nobody called me. I got my ass up. I went to the gym and I went straight to my open house Monday through Sunday for years. For years. And not everybody's like that because people think that they have to relax during the weekends. I'm like, well, first of all, what are you celebrating? Why are you relaxing if you're not where you want to be? You don't even have kids. Like this is the time when you need to work your ass off. If you need to work 18-hour days, then do that.
Oh, you got to do that every day, no matter what.
Yeah.
But I'll leave you this for homework, brother. Go back on my YouTube channel and look at my videos from like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. And you're going to see, maybe you'll see a little bit of you and me.
Oh, it's so cool.
And you're going to see me like struggling, like training a bunch of agents. You'll see them on the video.
Yeah.
And you'll just see like these agents, what a difference to like where we are today. But I was there trying my best to make these people successful. These people didn't want success.
Yeah.
These people just wanted to be fans and be average and be like, Albert. And I would teach him and spend my evenings there, get home not like late.
But we didn't have kids, so it was
And
okay.
and am I gonna say it was a waste of time? No. You know, it was a learning experience for me.
Exactly.
And because I went through those people, I got to better people. And it was a process. So just watch all those old videos, and you, it's normal, man. You're going through a phase, and then you got to get through that phase to get to that next step, and then the next step, and then the next step. So it's gonna take time. So just keep on doing what you're doing, man. You're on the right track. But I think maybe there's one or two people on your team that you got to clean up.
Yep. That's right.
Yeah. Perfect. Will make sense. I appreciate you guys. Once again, tan cabrón, eh?
Ay, gracias.
Awesome, brother. Gracias, hermano.
So, guys, to conclude this, just always remember that never give up. If you never give up, you'll eventually get there, but you also have to work on your mindset, the people you have around, and just understand your type of personality, because I know my weaknesses, which are I have very little freaking patience, zero. Like all my patience is literally for my kids. So I'm working on being more patient with certain things, you know, and if you keep improving, you keep getting better, you keep making better friends, you're a good person, and you keep on grinding. And also, like, don't let people fool you. Maybe once, not twice, and absolutely not 3 times, because then that's your own fault. So you got to get good at, you know, reading people, saying no. You know, a lot of people have a hard time just saying no. It's like, if I have a problem with something, I'm going to straight up come and tell you, because you know what? There's no time to waste. Time is way too valuable to be wasting it. And you're going to probably help the person. Like, hey, like I would do it like this. Constructive criticism is important, you know, and never take that personal, because people these days are so damn sensitive. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like if that hurt your feelings, honey, wait until you get out into the real world. You know, it's not going to work out for you very nicely. So just be tough, you know, mentally. Do what you got to do, like, to get to where you need to go, but pay attention to a lot of indicators. Listen to people that have done it and learn from their mistakes. Anything else you want to add?
And guys,
freezing.
Yeah, guys, like just if you learn something from my last 3
Buy
days,
some heaters.
don't let anything stop you. No virus can stop you. All that is shit. You guys, if you get tired, that convince yourself otherwise.
That's right.
Like you don't get tired. You know, you get hungry, and if you feel like you're doing a lot, do more.
Do more.
That's work for me. Like I was feeling like shit. I couldn't stand it anymore. I couldn't stand being like in my room, like sitting down with my phone.
So
it's
true.
like I feel like a lonely puppy here with a phone. Like, what am I supposed to do? Masturbate?
Ew.
And I'm like, dude, I want to get out of here. This is fucking boring. So I said, well, fever or no fever, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go work out.
Tuesday, that was
and
Tuesday.
when I went to work out, I actually had fever. So I went and worked out, and I was like my like I lost 10 pounds. So I was working out, and yeah, I had a fever, and I still did it. And guess what? I woke up better the next day. And today, like I was a lot better. Soon as we end this live, I got to run to the restroom because I've been holding it.
cochino.
But hey
¿Qué
guys,
pasa?
it's good to have good contacts. I called my doctor. His name is Dr. Butar, and he told me exactly what to do, and he told me why it's good to not take medication and actually just fever is actually
Let your
good for
body
you
clean
because
your-
your body is fighting for you and it's cleaning you up. So
right.
getting fever once in a while is actually pretty good for you. So he told me a lot of things. That's a whole different topic. But look, I've never met anybody that died from work.
Hard work.
People
that's right.
people were sending me DMs like, oh my God, Albert, blessings. Like, feel better. I'm praying for you. And I'm like, I'm not going anywhere. like, hey, like I just, like it just
be
happened.
nice.
I'm good. Like I was telling everybody I'm good. So so I proved it that nobody has ever died from work.
Hard
You're-
work.
You're gonna die. You're gonna die from not doing anything, from not being productive. That's what you're gonna die from. So don't focus on people that are giving you the wrong advice. They're telling you don't work too hard. It's not healthy. Hey, I love working. Like I work at least 18 hours a day minimum, sometimes more.
Yep.
Like you even when I wake up my nightmares, so maybe more, because when I sleep, I have nightmares of bad things of business, which kind of keep me paranoid, which is very good to stay paranoid in your business, and also like I'm always thinking about ideas. Sometimes I wake up and I have this idea, I dream about this great idea, and I wake up and I'm like, oh shit, does that count as work? So
right?
maybe that's why I don't get good sleep, because even when I sleep. But guys, look, I enjoy it. I love it. I love what I do, and that keeps me happy. Like if you're not happy with if you think or believe people that say money won't make you happy, well, being broke won't make you any happy either. So I rather have some money.
Hey,
and
money is the root of all evil, but everybody wants to find out for themselves.
or if I'm gonna be unhappy, like I never met somebody with money unhappy and somebody with no money happy. Like I don't know, it just doesn't make any sense. But guys,
need
you get
both. You need
you get the point. And yeah, but there's people that there are people that have a lot of money and aren't
Or
happy.
miserable, yeah.
Because just work hard and stay productive, because I think that's what makes you happy. When you're productive and
Yeah.
you're always busy
Yeah.
and you're creating,
That's
I
right.
think that's what makes you happy. And then when you
100%.
do that, just money comes. And then if you don't like the money, just send it my way. So I'll see you guys next week. And if you guys have any comments you guys want us to talk about for next week, comment below. And I'll see you guys next week from Puerto Rico, hopefully. And if not, then I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
You took a note.
See you guys.
Bye.